Now listen here. Here it is.
What are you talking about?
All your questions will be answered.
Welcome to the world of
Cinéma.
That's our take.
Welcome to That's Our Take, where we, the Jacksons, discuss many of the over 12,000 movies we have seen with a focus on classic cinema.
On today's podcast, we're going to talk about, since it is Women History Month, we're going to talk about those movies we feel show good, strong female leads.
So, when you think of like a strong female character, what defines strong for you? What does that mean?
I'm not thinking necessarily strong as much as I think forefront. The female is in the forefront of the movie. She is the driving force, and she is the one that we are occupying most of our time with.
I'm with you on that too. I think there's maybe, I just want to make sure that we don't get out the misconception that it's like an overbearing kind of person or character.
No.
It's just someone that we feel is being highlighted and really demonstrates their talents and abilities. Who comes to mind when you think of strong female characters? What movies, what characters come to mind?
Well, the first one that comes to my mind is All About Eve.
Yeah.
With, and what is it, Anne Baxter
And Betty Davis, yeah.
and Betty Davis. Yeah, I was going to get there.
I'm so sorry. Yes, you were correct.
Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night.
Anne Baxter and Betty Davis. Both of those actually very strong female leads, both in terms of being at the forefront of the story, but also very dominant characters. They are actually, what was it that you said? Overbearing? They are actually those type of characters. The movie is killer. It is one of the best movies, and I don't think it gets as much credit as some other movies get. Like, people will say, oh, check out this classic movie, and they'll say Casablanca or Singing in the Rain. I love Singing in the Rain, but it kind of stops there with some of the classics, and I feel this is just as much as a classic as those films are, but it doesn't get uttered in the same breath as that. And I wonder why that is. Is it because their male lead isn't as dominant?
Mm.
Do you think it's because it's such a dramatic role? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Because anytime we've ever shown this movie to anybody, the response is such overwhelming. You know, like, whoa, that was a really great movie. Because it is. It really is a great movie. And I don't know if it's just because it just gets lost in the shuffle. You know what I mean? Like you said, there's these other movies that come out. Now we're talking mainly about people that, you know, there are obviously cinephiles out there who know all about Eve, but even among them, I don't hear it talked about nearly as much. Especially considering, like you said, the two amazing performances, Anne Baxter and Betty Davis. They're just they're top notch. So I don't know why it's not talked about as much.
It is a bit longer of a film,
Yeah,
but I don't think it could be any longer than Casablanca.
it's probably a little longer than that, but it doesn't feel like it.
It moves really well. It's a great drama. There's a little bit of a love story.
So, funny enough, as big and powerhouse performances both these women gave, they were both nominated, which is kind of funny if you've seen the movie. It's kind of funny that they were both nominated in competition with each other at the Oscars, and neither of them won. Yeah,
I wonder if that's why neither of them won.
Yeah, I think it was a
Split decision.
yeah. Also nominated that year, I know, was Gloria Swanson for her Norma Desmond part in Sunset Boulevard.
Did she win it?
She did not.
Oh, well, who won?
Judy, what's her name for Born Yesterday?
Judy Holliday?
Judy Holliday for Born Yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah.
As much as I think her portrayal in Born Yesterday was good, I would have given it to Betty Davis.
Yeah. Yeah. She is so good in All About Eve, and that is a great strong woman character. Like, she is highlighted. She is the whole driving force of that movie, and she is she's so charismatic. I really enjoy that. We should really show that movie at Gem sometime. Um, it's just a movie everyone should see. There's some other really great actresses in that movie too. Celeste Holm, who was in there. Thelma Ritter is in there. Marilyn Monroe in a very early role is in there. She's got some good lines. It's just such a wonderful piece. And then I don't know why it's not talked about as much, but it definitely needs to be talked about more. I
Yeah.
agree.
So their performances are just amazing. And I don't know if there was any issues on set between the two of them. But the way they portray things, I feel like there's definitely some, I don't want to say animosity,
Yeah.
but there's some tension, some really, really well developed tension between their relationship and what happens. I don't want to give away anything because it is such a good movie, and I feel lesser people have seen it. It's not like Sixth Sense and you're giving something away.
Yeah.
But that one, I don't want to give away the spoiler for it, but it is most definitely strong females and kind of combative and trying to overtake one another type of a thing.
Yeah.
Really well done.
The dialogue is so good, so snappy, and so pointed. It's so, I don't know, just you have to see it to understand what we're talking about. So go watch it right now. Go check it out after you listen to the rest of the podcast.
So let's talk about another female driven movie, Double Indemnity.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this movie is noir, and what I think everyone wants to dream noir is. It perfectly is. This dame walked into my office. Why'd it have to be my office type of a thing?
Yeah.
Love it. It is amazing. Who wrote this?
Billy Wilder.
Billy Wilder wrote it.
Yeah.
And was it nominated for anything?
It was nominated for 7 Oscars, and it didn't win a single one of them.
It was nominated for 7 things, and it didn't win
Yeah,
any of them.
yeah.
And that's a shame because this movie is just amazing on all levels. But okay, why I picked Double Indemnity when it comes to this is even though the story is not told by her, what's her character's name?
Phyllis,
Listen, I think I like that.
but you're not sure.
I'd have to drive it around the block a couple of times.
The femme fatale, right? She's
Mhm.
the femme fatale character. She is so strong in this role as her femme fatale character that I kind of forget that Fred McMurray is even the one telling the story.
Mr. Neff, why don't you drop by tomorrow evening around 8:30? He'll be in then.
Who?
My husband. You were anxious to talk to him, weren't you?
Yeah, I was, but I'm sort of getting over the idea, if you know what I mean.
There's a speed limit in this state, Mr. Neff. 45 miles an hour.
How fast was I going, officer?
I'd say around 90.
She feels like she steals the show from him.
Oh,
For
yeah.
me.
Oh yeah.
And so, like, her performance is amazing. I don't know if she was nominated, but it is a nomination-worthy performance from her.
She was nominated. Actually, just talked about this a little bit last night because I watched Gaslight again last night, which is also another great role for a woman. Ingrid Bergman did a great job, and she won that year. So she beat out Barbara Stanwyck. And I'm at a toss-up with that because they're both so great performances. I'm not too sure, to be honest, like which one I would really give it to because they're both so good. And yeah, Barbara Stanwyck's presence in the movie is that. When you say presence, that's what she has. She is that movie. And it's just she delivers her lines well. She does more than deliver her lines well. She delivers her looks well. You know, her movement in the movie. She owns it. It's a really great performance. Yeah, Barbara Stanwyck is. I really like Barbara Stanwyck quite a bit. I don't know if I was on the Barbara Stanwyck train earlier on, but the more I watched of her, the more I just see how great a performer she really is. And in both drama and in comedy. She's great in comedy too. We really like Christmas in Connecticut quite a bit, and she's great. She's great in that one. And she just did that a year after this movie we're talking about, Double Indemnity. And so to have those two back to back and just to see the range that she has is just really just phenomenal.
So I've talked about two that I felt were strong. Let's ask you, what are some that you feel have strong females?
Golly. One that comes to mind is a silent film called The Toll of the Sea. And it's 1922. It's an early Technicolor movie. I think it's like the second Technicolor movie made. And it stars Anna May Wong, who was the first Chinese star in Hollywood. And she was only 17 at the time she made this movie. And her character as this loving, nurturing, caring mother is just astounding. I don't know how she's able to deliver all that she was able to deliver without the use of actual dialogue, but just with expressions, and I don't know, she got so much emotion across, and it's a very moving picture. Again, not one that I want to spoil or say too much about, just that she portrayed this mother character so well. We had shown it at one of our events, and we had a gentleman who was from China talk about it, and he was talking about how refreshing it was to see a Chinese woman portrayed in a movie as someone he knew growing up. It reminded him of his mother growing up. And he was saying that so often Hollywood would portray them as what he called tiger ladies, kind of these sort of evil, overpowering kind of women. And he alluded to kind of like the mom in Turning Red. He was saying that's sort of, even now, obviously even now, that's still sort of the portrayal sometimes of Chinese women. And he had a different story growing up in his life. He had a very kind and very loving mother, and he watched this movie and he was just like, that's who she was. That's who she was. And so he was really impressed by her. And then just the fact she was only 17 years old, it's just another surprise. Like, wow, she hadn't had any acting before, but she was able to get that across.
And I would say not only that is she strong in this film, but that she is strong in the film presence because of what she ended up and did. Because acting in films at that time for her nationality was kind of an issue, wasn't it?
Yeah. It became started being cast as that sort of tiger lady character. So she's like, I don't want this to be who I am. So she left Hollywood and she went over to Europe, where she got bigger and better roles. And it wasn't such an issue over there. Piccadilly was over there, and that's another one. She's really good in that movie too. Yeah, so she definitely understood what she could represent in her culture, in cinema and film, and she went with that.
So for me, she's strong because she walked away to show that she can be more than what they were wanting to pigeonhole her in.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really like that too, that she had that gumption to be like, nope, goodbye.
Yeah.
And I think that takes a lot.
Oh yeah.
So to be a woman, and back in she was 17 years old when she started, but this is back in the 20s. That takes a lot, You have to have a lot of faith in yourself and a lot of hope that things will work out in the right way.
Yeah.
So I really liked her.
Yeah.
And I think that was a great choice that you chose her.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. I don't know if I'll agree with your other choices, but let's see. Do you have anything else that you want to add? Do you have
Um,
another character?
yeah, you had mentioned this when we were talking about this earlier, was Ghost of Mrs. Muir.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna steal it from you.
Oh, rude. You can steal it, though. I think her stronger performance, we're talking about the same person,
It's Gene Tierney.
Gene Tierney,
Yeah.
but I think her stronger performance would go to Leave Her to Heaven.
Yeah.
We're celebrating the same thing about her in two different films that are two completely opposite films.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she's first of all likable in Ghost of Mrs. Muir.
This is not untrue.
I just
She's sort of likable for a while in Leave Her to
yeah,
Heaven
yeah, yeah. Um
until she takes a boat ride.
You're not making very much progress, Danny.
Man, if you haven't seen this movie, you should go watch that because it's so true.
The moment she takes that boat ride, you're like, what am I watching?
This is a dark turn.
And that's for Leave Her to Heaven, not the Ghost of
Yeah,
Mrs.
Leave
Muir.
It Down, yeah. The Ghost of Mrs. Muir, surprisingly, is actually a more positive, upbeat kind of movie.
For sure. Even though it's about a woman and a ghost.
Yeah. Yeah, and so that's what I like about her character in that is as we were talking about before, her character is very independent. She's raising a child on her own, and she buys this home that she's ill-advised to purchase, and she does it anyway, and she discovers it's haunted, and it's like a thrilling thing for her. She's like, this is great, how fun. And it's just
It's actually a love story.
it really is. And actually thinking about it, it's written, well, it's directed by the same guy that directed All About Eve too,
Oh.
Joseph L. Mankiewicz. And
Is he related to Ben Mankiewicz?
he is, yeah, he's like his uncle.
Oh.
And it's just it's a really lovely romance. I mean, talk about a unique meet cute.
How did you meet each other? Well, he was dead. I moved into his house.
Yeah.
The rest is history.
It just took off from there, really.
Your next Hallmark film.
Yeah. But man, what a delightful movie it really is. And Gene Tierney is so great in that movie because she takes no guff.
I say, I know you're here. What's wrong? Are you afraid to speak up? Is that all you're good for, to frighten women? Well, I'm not afraid of you. Whoever heard of a cowardly ghost? Now, if the demonstration is over, I'll thank you not to interfere while I boil some water for my hot water.
She has this great romance with Rex Harrison as the dude in the movie. And
The ghost.
yeah, the ghost. And he of course is just, spectacular as the ghost. But I really enjoy her role so much. Because I don't know, I think it's written well and she performs it so just naturally. It's not
Over the top.
yeah, it's not this, we're not watching someone who's taken a victim role of having
A ghost in her house.
of having a ghost in her house, of having a ghost in her past, right? Her husband has passed away and she's just left raising a child. She's not taking any of that as burden. She's taking it as this is life, and she lives it really well. And not that it's not burdensome, but it's still she takes it all in this stride of like, I can handle this, I can do this.
Right.
And it's a really admirable character. Now over to you on Leave Her to Heaven.
She takes the role and she says, I can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's true.
she does it. I mean, she is dominating. Every character that is in that movie is small in comparison to her.
Isn't that true?
If she is not on screen, they still feel small. She owns that film.
Yeah.
Even in her absence, she owns the film. And I think that can only come through in a person who understands their character, who knows how to execute that fully and be able to convey that across the screen, but also change, right? She's not the same person in every film, and I feel that makes her a very strong female to be recognized because she isn't the same. There's some people nowadays, you'll watch the movie and you'll be like, there's the same performance in every movie, and you're okay with that, you know? Some of those Hallmark movies, there's those people that you want that same performance from because that's what you want from your Hallmark film.
Right. Right.
But when you look at Jean Tierney and her career and how diverse it was, it's nice to see that you are discovering a different person each time. And you can't like pin her down to how she's gonna act or what she's gonna do or, you know. And so, I don't know. She's just really such a talented actress and amazing.
Yeah, you're right. She again talk about presence. She has it. What is it like it's like Rebecca and Psycho where the house in each of those is always looming somewhere. It's always
Right.
somewhere in focus or talked about or something. And that's her. Uh her character is always in discussion. It's always there on screen in some way. Ellen is her character's name. Yeah, Ellen, and she's her presence is just like you said. She's so big compared to the rest of the movie. It's just this looming character, and her performance, like you said, is so good. It's interesting to see her range. She did not win.
Oh, darn.
No, she was nominated.
She's nominated.
She lost to Joan Crawford and Mildred Pierce.
You like that movie, and I can't remember it.
Yeah, I do like that movie, and Joan Crawford is really good. But I think honestly, of the two, Jean Tierney
Deserve the
deserves a
win.
bit more than Joan Crawford. But
I
well,
agree.
what do I know? I'm not the Academy. So not only on screen are we talking about strong female roles, but also behind the scenes. I want to highlight the director. She was an actress first, and she had been acting for quite some time. Ida Lupino, and she directed half a dozen movies, I think. Not very many, but she did direct movies. And what's really sort of phenomenal about that career path is the time that she was doing it. So in the early days of cinema, the silent era, it was not uncommon to have a female director. There was Alice Guy, Lois Weber, Dorothy Davenport, Dorothy Arzner. There was a bunch of them out there. I'm not saying it was still easy for them, but it was at least something that was common. And then the 30s came, and they all kind of dropped out after the silent era. These filmmakers dropped out, and I honestly don't know why. All I can think is that the transition to sound may have had, I don't know, may have had something to do with it. I'm not sure, but I do know that looking at that timeline, that's when you saw less of any female directors. And then you get Ida Lupino, who shows up in the late 40s, 1949, and she jumps in as director for a friend. I think he was feeling ill, and he got ill, and she took over for him, a movie called Not Wanted. And then she had formed with her husband company, and they decided to make movies. And so she just made quite a few films in the early 50s after that. And they are not really super well-known movies. There are very good movies, and they deal with a lot of really great issues. I'm thinking about one in particular, Outrage, is dealing with sexual assault, and they touch on so much in that movie. Um, it's they touch on even like victim blaming um, in that movie, and it's just I don't know, it's just a crazy thing in the 50s, 1950s when that movie came out, that they were talking about issues that are still present today, um, in the society, and how society treats women who've been unfortunate victims of these things. And they were talking about it then. And the movie Outrage is so well done. It's just a very well made movie. And she continued to make others. Another one that I really like from her is Hitchhiker, which is this total noir movie. And then I like The Bigamist a lot. Um, and it is about what the title says. It's about a man with two different families. And Ida Lupino also stars in that movie in addition to directing it. Her final film that she made was The Trouble with Angels with Haley Mills and I think it's Rosalind Russell, which is a much lighter movie than her previous one. I think it's the only comedy she made. And anyway, just at this time, men were the dominant filmmaker, and she was in it. She was making these movies, albeit low budget and not widely released. She was still doing it. And The Hitchhiker actually was a highly well received movie, and at the time, and it did do very well, commercially as well as critically. But I just want to kind of champion her for a little bit for doing something that was really unheard of and in her time, and she did a great job. And so, if you get a chance to check out any of her movies that she's directed, I would encourage you to do so.
So, I also did a search for strong female movies, and you tell me if you agree with any of these that they listed on here, and if you disagree with any of them. And if you want to talk about them. Is Girl Friday?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would love to talk about
Rosalind
that.
Russell.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and tell me, because for sure I feel she keeps up with Cary Grant's character just as much, but I want to know why you feel she's a strong female lead.
That's her movie. I mean, Cary Grant's in it in my mind, which is saying something. If Cary Grant's in a movie and I'm not like instantly thinking he's the star, then someone must be doing a great job, and that's how I feel about His Girl Friday. I feel that Cary Grant's in that movie, and it's Rosalind Russell's movie.
Been seeing me in your dreams?
No, Mama doesn't dream about you anymore, Wally. You wouldn't know the old girl now.
Yes, I would. I'd know you any time, any place.
Anywhere. You're repeating yourself, Walter. That's the speech you made the night you proposed.
Yeah, I know that you still remember it.
Of course I remember it. If I didn't remember it, I wouldn't have divorced you.
First of all, the movie's crazy because for scripts, a script is measured time-wise. It's measured as 1 to 1.5 pages equals about a minute on screen, right?
Right.
So 2-hour movies like 120 some pages, right? The His Girl Friday script was 191 pages. 191. So you're looking at over a 3-hour movie, and it's just above 90 minutes long. So the script is ridiculous, right? They had so much dialogue. It's difficult for anybody to do, but Cary Grant does a great job, and Rosalind Russell really does a great job. She just dominates.
Walter, listen. I've got the whole story on how Williams got that gun and escaped, and I got it exclusive. Yeah, that's right, and it's a pip. It cost me $450 to tear it out of Cooley.
Never mind that. What's the story?
Well, just a minute and I'll give you the story, but I'm telling you first I had to give him all the money I had on me, and it wasn't exactly mine. Well, it's Bruce's money, and I want it back.
Bruce's money?
Sure. You'll get it. Now, what's the story? I'll send the money right down to you. I swear it on my mother's grave.
All right, here's the... Wait a minute, your mother's alive.
And it's easy to get caught up in getting the dialogue right that you forget to have a character.
For sure.
And she has to do a dual character. So Cary Grant has his one character, basically, which is man. Like, I'm the man at the newspaper. I'm the man that's trying to get her, right? Her role is to be the newspaper woman, and to also have a romance with who's it, Ralph Bellamy. And so she has two different kind of personas that she's bringing out. She's got this fast talking, all driving businesswoman, and then she has this other, like, well, I love this man and I want to change my life a bit. And so she has this sort of other side, and in the midst of all that dialogue, in the midst of how speedily this movie moves along, she creates this character that's got levels, and she does such an amazing job. I'm just blown away by her in that movie. Just totally blown away by her. I think she is for sure a strong character and deserves to be in this group.
Yes, it's a fast talking movie.
Like faster than Gilmore Girls pace.
And she's a nice character.
Yeah.
She's not deceitful. She's not a bad person.
Right.
She's a good character.
She reports the good story. She's not, which at this time, this is definitely a movie that highlights the seedier side of the newspaper business, and she's a voice of reason in that. She is definitely the let's be better people character.
Okay, then this list also makes mention of All About Eve, which we've already covered.
Mhm.
And then I'm just going to list the last few that are on here. The Thin Man, Myrna Loy, which we've talked about in previous podcasts before, that Myrna Loy was just much as an important part of the Thin Man series as
William
Powell was. This one makes mention of the 1989 film Steel Magnolias, which is a female-led cast. So
I haven't seen it.
We'll have to watch it at some point so you can talk about it.
Yeah.
They talk about the women.
Oh yeah. Yeah. George
with
Cukor movie.
Joan Crawford, Rosalind Russell.
That's a great movie. And it is all just women. The whole cast.
So I mean, I think that is very deserving of being on our list of women-centric film. This one also makes mention of Gone with the Wind. As much as Vivien Leigh as Scarlett O'Hara is memorable, I would say Clark Gable a little more memorable.
Really?
And as much as I think of it as her film, I think it's just as much his film in my book. But she is not a redeeming character in my opinion.
Well, we're not talking about redeeming characters.
No. She's not a redeeming character. She's a strong character, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so, yeah, we could put her on the list. Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara. What do you think?
Yeah, I think so.
Is Gone with the Wind deserving?
For me, it
is.
is. Anyway,
sure.
I think so. She's a strong force in that movie. She's someone that's like not likable, but sometimes she's very likable. I don't know how she was able to get that, at least from me, where I'm like, oh, I can't stand you, but also you're a strong person, and I really appreciate your attitude.
As God is my witness, they're not going to lick me. I'm going to live through this, and when it's all over, I'll never be hungry again.
I really appreciate the role she played in that movie.
Off of another list, and I think this may be our last one that we're going to talk about, but it doesn't mean there aren't more that are totally deserving. But one we may not have thought of, Wait Until Dark
Oh
with
yeah,
Audrey Hepburn.
yeah,
That movie is amazing.
yeah.
Audrey Hepburn is amazing.
That's
What
really
do you feel? Do you feel that it belongs on our list of strong females?
oh for sure. Yeah, for sure. I'm actually more curious because I wouldn't say she's one of your favorite actresses.
No, she's not.
What do you, as far as her performances go, where would you rank this one?
It'd probably be the first or second in my list
Yeah,
at the top.
yeah. I agree. She's really good in that movie. 'Cause she plays a victim
I don't
and
like victims.
well, she's a victim to what's going on is what I
Okay,
mean. Yeah.
alright, I got it.
Yeah, so she's got to get that portrayal across of being someone who's in a helpless situation, but also someone who's trying to get out of that helpless situation.
For
So
sure.
someone who's trying to make her way through it.
So, this doesn't give anything away, but she's blind.
If the weather's okay, try walking over to the studio and back. No cheating.
Do I have to be the world's champion blind lady?
And she plays a blind character in the film, and there's criminals in her house.
Mhm.
And so it's a very intense movie. And I've seen both the movie and the stage production of it.
Oh yeah.
And you have not?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
But I've seen both, and both of them are equally as impressive. So I feel the character they created with Audrey Hepburn is really well done and strong and needed to be done in a delicate way and not be overbearing, and it could have been very overbearing, or it could have been placated where it's like, oh, she's blind, look at the poor blind girl.
Right, yeah, kind of a
Which-
belittling almost there.
Exactly. And they don't do that in the film. And at no point do I think, oh no, she's blind, I feel so bad for
Right.
her. It's, no, there's these bad guys that are there, and I'm not stuck thinking about her condition.
Right. Yeah.
And so I really think she did a great job in her portrayal of that.
Yeah. I completely agree with you on that point that she represents just people in helpless situations, regardless of ability or gender, and she plays it so masterfully. Just like how do I get out of this? Like, how am I going to make it through this? How am I going to survive? And she plays it so well. And she was nominated for an Oscar that year. She lost to Katharine Hepburn.
She was nominated for this.
Yeah.
What did she lose to Hepburn for?
Guess Who's Coming to Dinner? I haven't seen that one. I don't know.
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, we probably should. That's kind of a big one. But it's that matter transfer again. One Hepburn loses, the other Hepburn wins. So
It comes out in the wash.
yeah.
Now my question is, did she ever win an Oscar?
She did I believe she did for Roman Holiday. She was nominated 5 times, and one of the times was for Roman Holiday. She was nominated and won that. She was also nominated for Sabrina, Nun Story, and Breakfast at Tiffany's. And I would say that if she deserved any other one besides Wait Until Dark, I would say The Nun Story. Yeah, it was a real eye-opening movie, and she's really good in that movie. I think it takes a lot of effort to play reserved, and she plays it really well. Reserved was still getting out emotions. I don't know how to explain it, but she emoted very well when in a reserved state.
I think that about wraps up everything we have to say currently about these individuals and these women on our list. as we celebrate
Women's history.
women's history. If you want to share with us who you feel that we may have missed, strong female lead roles, please send us messages, follow us, share our podcasts, and as always,
That's our take.